Once upon a time, there lived an old couple in an old small shack next to a forest. They were living a happy and peaceful life. Their only regret was not having a child of their own. One day, when the old lady was making cookie dough in the kitchen, her husband came in.
Darling, what are you cooking today?
Oh, my darling, I'm baking a gingerbread man today.
The old lady kneaded the dough and cut a gingerbread man shape. After putting it in the oven, she sat down and started to wait for the gingerbread man to bake. When she could smell the delicious cookie all around the air in the kitchen, she put on her oven gloves and took the gingerbread man out. Now it was time to decorate it. She made eyes out of raisins and a cute nose using candy. And then she used some cream to make his hair and clothes. And lastly, she used cherries to make some buttons for him. She had a look at her masterpiece and said,
My gingerbread man looks beautiful, but I feel like something is missing.
The old lady looked at him again and,
Oh, his mouth! I forgot to make his mouth.
She drew a mouth on the gingerbread man's face with the cream.
Oh, yes, now you are complete, my gingerbread man.
At that moment, something unexpected happened.
Thank you! But how can it be you are talking?
Gingerbread man suddenly stood up and started running.
Yeah, and I can also run!
The gingerbread man jumped from the kitchen bench to the chair, then to the ground and started running fast to the kitchen door to the garden.
Come back! Come back!
The old lady yelled. The gingerbread man began talking whilst he was running.
Yeah! Run! As fast as you can, but nobody can catch me because I'm the gingerbread man.
The old lady got out to the garden and started running after the gingerbread man. The man looked out the window and saw his wife running and yelled,
Hey, where are you running?
The old lady answered to her husband whilst running.
My gingerbread man ran away. I'm trying to catch him.
The old man was speechless. The old lady ran, but the gingerbread man was so fast that it was impossible to catch him. After a short while, the gingerbread man came across a ranch. A grazing cow noticed him.
Oh, what a nice cookie! I should catch and eat him.
The cow also began to run after the gingerbread man.
Wait! Don't run! I'm gonna eat ya!
Yeah! Run as fast as you can, and old lady's also trying to catch me. But nobody can because I'm the gingerbread man.
The old lady and the cow were running after the gingerbread man. And at this time, a pig noticed the gingerbread man.
A gingerbread man, true to my taste buds. Wait, and I will catch you.
The gingerbread man answered the pig whilst he was running.
Yeah! Run as fast as you can, and old lady and a cow are also trying to catch me. But nobody can because I'm the gingerbread man.
While they were running, the gingerbread man in front, the old lady, cow and the pig behind him, a chicken noticed the gingerbread man while looking for some food.
That has to be my lunch.
So the chicken tagged along.
Run as much as you want, gingerbread man. I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, run as fast as you can. An old lady, a cow, and a pig could not catch me. Neither can you. Nobody can, because I'm the gingerbread man.
The gingerbread man in front, the old lady, cow, the pig, and the chicken, they all continued to run. But the gingerbread man was getting more and more further ahead from the others. The gingerbread man was so happy and very proud of himself.
I'm the brightest and the fastest gingerbread man in the world. Yes, that's me. Nobody can catch me because I'm the gingerbread man.
When he looked ahead, soon the gingerbread man saw that he was going across a river. And he stopped because he knew that water could make him melt away.
What now?
The old lady, cow, pig, and the chicken were close now. Right at that moment, a shifty fox appeared from behind a tree.
I know how to swim. If you want, I can help you.
The gingerbread man thought about it.
What if you eat me?
You don't have to worry. I don't want to eat you. I just want to help you get across.
The gingerbread man trusted the shifty fox and jumped on his tail, holding on as tight as he could. The fox jumped in the river and began to swim. Meanwhile, the old lady, cow, pig, and the chicken came to the edge of the river and saw the gingerbread man crossing the river on the back of a fox. Helplessly they watched them go, knowing they could not catch him anymore. The river began to get deeper and the water started to rise.
Hey, Fox, keep your tail up. I almost got wet.
Hop on my back. It's safer.
The gingerbread man hopped on the fox's back. They swam for a while, but as the water got deeper, the fox's back began to sink in the water.
I'm afraid that you'll get wet. Why don't you jump on my head, where it's a bit higher?
The gingerbread man climbed up on his head. The fox continued to pursue his plan and dipped his head down in the water.
The water has risen too much. Why don't you get on my nose? It's higher.
So the gingerbread man got on top of his nose. Right when they were about to reach the shore, the fox tipped his nose, flipping the gingerbread man into the air, and opened his mouth. The gingerbread man was going to fall into his mouth and the fox was going to eat him. But it didn't work. While the gingerbread man was in the air, a crow flying right above them caught the gingerbread man with his beak. The fox just stood there looking with his mouth open. The gingerbread man waited for the crow to fly a little further and asked,
Do crows eat ginger cookies?
Yep.
When the crow opened his beak to speak, the gingerbread man fell down and began to run as fast as he could.
Yeah! Run as fast as you can. An old lady, a cow, a pig, a chicken, a fox, and a crow also tried to catch me. But nobody can because I'm the gingerbread man.
The gingerbread man kept on running and did not stop. If you see a gingerbread man pass you by running, do not try to catch him, because he is the gingerbread man and nobody can dare catch him. Once upon a time, somewhere very far in the land of the elves, lived 3 elves. These elves were getting ready to become good-hearted fairies, and off they went on their journey to the world of humans.
Our duty awaits for us, guys. Come on.
I'm very excited. Finally, we too will see the world of humans.
I want every single person to be very happy.
If we help the humans and make them happy, we too will become good-hearted fairies.
In an old house, there lived an old man and his wife. The old man made a living by making shoes in his workshop in their home, and sometimes he repaired old shoes. The shoemaker bought new leather to make new shoes from the money he earned. One day, he bought leather from the money he had made. He arrived home. The piece of the leather he had bought was only enough to make 1 pair of shoes. He left the piece of leather on the table, left the room, closing the door, and went into his bedroom. In the morning, the shoemaker woke up. Sitting in his bed, he had a good stretch. He thought about the type of shoe he was going to make. And like every other morning, he finished the breakfast his wife had prepared for him.
Thank you very much, dear. I must be off to work now. Today I will make a very nice pair of shoes.
Last night you made a pair of shoes. Do you have enough leather to make another pair?
The old man was amazed because he knew he didn't make any shoes before he slept last night. And so the old man quickly ran to his workshop and his wife followed. As he opened the door, what does he see? The piece of leather he had left on the table from night before had turned into very pretty shoes. The shoemaker's eyes nearly came out of its sockets.
When did I make these shoes? I do not remember. I think I have become really old.
The shoes were that pretty that the shoemaker quickly put them in front of the window and waited for a customer. Soon after, a rather wealthy-looking customer saw the shoes from the window and came in.
Good day. I would like to buy the pair of shoes in front of the window. Doesn't matter what it costs. They are by far the best pair of shoes I have ever seen.
The old man, with great happiness, saw the pair of shoes, and he didn't ask for any more than what it was worth. This time the shoemaker was on his way to get leather for the 2 pairs of shoes. And again he left the leather on top of the table, and before he left the room, he turned around and had another look at the piece of leather and went off to bed. As soon as he woke up, he ran straight to his workshop. This time round, there were 2 pairs of amazing shoes sitting on the table. Once again, the shoemaker was very happy. He placed the shoes in front of the window. The same day, he sold both pairs of shoes for a very good price. And off he went again to buy more leather. Of course, in the meantime, he was wondering who was making these lovely pairs of shoes. He placed the leather on the table and went to his room. In the morning, he had a pile of shoes on the table. The shoemaker sold every single pair that day. For a very long time, the old man was able to make a living with the money he had made from the shoes. With some of the money he had made, he continued to buy leather. But the shoemaker was so curious as to how and who was making these pairs of shoes. At last, one night, he decided to hide in the closet in his workshop and was determined to find out who was making them.
Tonight I will finally be able to meet the shoemaker.
When the time had passed midnight, the workshop's window opened and in entered the elves. One of the elves accidentally bumped into a flower pot. Hearing the noise, the old man jumped out of his spot.
Would you be careful? You're going to wake them up.
When the old man pushed the door and had a sneak peek, he couldn't believe his eyes. He rubbed his eyes, looked again, and what did he see? There were 3 elves on the table. They were dancing and working at the same time. One of them cut the leather, one was sewing, and the other one was gluing it together. Then they tied the laces and polished the shoes. The elves were working so fast that with the flick of an eye, there were countless pairs of shoes on the counter. They're all beautiful!
Come on, let's leave before someone wakes up.
The elves left as they had arrived, dancing with joy and laughter. The shoemaker stepped out of his hiding place. He ran to his wife and told her all that had happened. And of course, his wife couldn't believe what she heard. But when she saw the countless pairs of shoes sitting on the counter, she knew that her husband couldn't do them all in one night. They agreed to thank the elves for what they had done. The following day, the old shoemaker's wife prepared a feast. At midnight, when the elves arrived at the workshop, they saw the feast on the table.
Look at all that food. Do you think it's been prepared for us?
Of course it is for us, you silly. Otherwise, why would they bring it at this hour?
I think we have completed our mission in this house. Now we can go to the other houses that need our help.
The shoemaker and his wife woke up and walked into the workshop, and instead of seeing the food they had left, they saw a pile of shiny shoes. After that day, the elves never returned again. The old shoemaker and his wife were able to get by with all the money they had earned for the rest of their lives. The shoemaker thought that after working for so many years, this was his reward. That is why he never stopped making shoes, and whenever he thought about the little elves, he was forever thankful and grateful.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Penny Bright was seated by my side. Horse was lean and lame, misfortune seemed as lot. We got into a drifted